Most people think the Southern European dream means moving to Lisbon, Rome, or Barcelona. But skyrocketing rent and relentless tourist crowds have turned those famous spots into an expensive trap. The truth? The lifestyle you want hasn't disappeared, it just moved. And thanks to Europe's high-speed rail, living in a lesser-known city no longer means being isolated. Today, we're exploring 4 countries offering the ultimate European life in 2026. And stick around, because the city sitting at number 1 gives you the exact same culture as those famous capitals, but for half the price. Coming in at number 4 is Greece. When most Americans imagine relocating here, they default to the traffic of Athens or the commercial bustle of Heraklion, but the real masterstroke is Chania. Most people assume moving to a Greek island means choosing between an isolated fishing village or an overpriced tourist trap. Chania shatters that compromise. With around 60,000 residents, it is a fully functioning year-round coastal city with modern healthcare, high safety, and historic Venetian charm, where a couple can live comfortably for around $1,600 a month. But this isn't just about cheap rent, it's about purchasing power and quality of life. Instead of paying inflated tourist prices in Santorini, your everyday baseline becomes fresh, local Mediterranean living. Mornings started with espresso and sweet Kalitsunia pastries, and dinners built around fresh seafood and authentic Cretan dakos. Best of all, Chania has its own international airport, meaning you get the serenity of island life without ever feeling cut off from the rest of Europe. Life here moves at an unhurried human pace, and for anyone looking to escape the daily grind, that isn't a drawback, it's the entire reward. But what if you want that coastal lifestyle with direct connections to mainland Europe, a way to experience the Adriatic Sea without paying the massive premium of Croatia's famous hotspots? That brings us to number 3. When you hear Croatia, you probably picture the massive crowds and endless cruise ships of Split or Dubrovnik. Those cities put the country on the map, but that popularity comes with a massive tourist tax on your daily cost of living. The smart alternative? Zadar. Located right on the Dalmatian coast, Zadar gives you the exact same stunning Adriatic setting, but without the premium price tag. With around 75,000 residents, it's a perfectly sized, highly walkable city. Instead of fighting tourist crowds, your evening routine here involves walking down to the waterfront to hear the famous sea organ, an architectural marvel that turns the ocean waves into actual music, while watching a sunset that people travel thousands of miles to see. Financially, the difference is night and day. A single person can live comfortably here for around $1,600 a month. And unlike the cramped apartments in Dubrovnik, looking just outside Zadar's centre gives you something incredibly rare in coastal Europe. Actual space, including homes with private yards and pools. You aren't sacrificing connectivity either, thanks to an international airport and modern highways. And the Dalmatian food scene? Phenomenal. Everyday life revolves around fresh seafood, olive oil, sharp pag cheese, and slow-cooked beef pasticada. For anyone moving abroad, these aren't just details on a spreadsheet. Scenery, food, and the rhythm of daily life are what turn a relocation into an actual lifestyle. Zadar lets you experience the absolute best of the Adriatic without being caught in the exhausting tourist machines of Split or Dubrovnik, giving you a much higher quality of life for a fraction of the cost. It is also a highly practical base for retirees who want to stay engaged and supplement their nest egg. Because Zadar's local hospitality scene is thriving, retired expats can easily pick up low-stress, part-time income. Whether it is remote consulting based on your past career or simply offering conversational English coaching to local professionals, you can easily fund your regional travels without sacrificing your free time. Zadar lets you experience the absolute best of the Adriatic without being caught in the tourist machine. But what if you aren't just looking for the coast? What if your ultimate dream has always been the romance, food, and culture? Then number 2 is going to be impossible to ignore. Coming in at number 2, Italy. Specifically, Salerno. When people dream of southern Italy, they usually picture the Amalfi Coast. But trying to live in famous towns like Positano or Amalfi means battling endless crowds and paying exorbitant prices just for the privilege of living inside a postcard. Salerno is the ultimate backdoor to the Amalfi lifestyle. With around 135,000 residents, it's a vibrant, fully functioning Italian city right on the water. You get the green mountains, the Mediterranean coastline, and the historic streets, but you are living alongside the tourist economy rather than trapped inside it. And the financial advantage is staggering. A single person can live comfortably here for around $1,200 a month. Then there is the food. Salerno is in Campania, one of Italy's undisputed culinary capitals. Instead of overpriced tourist menus, your daily rhythm involves bustling local markets, authentic mozzarella di bufala, and plates of scialatielli, a thick, handmade local pasta tossed with fresh seafood. But there is a catch. If your dream European relocation absolutely requires Mediterranean beaches, Italy seems like the obvious winner. Yet our number one destination doesn't offer a Mediterranean coastline at all. And that is exactly why it might be the smartest move you can make in 2026. Taking the number one spot, Serbia, specifically Novi Sad. A landlocked city might seem like a bizarre choice. There is no Mediterranean beach or Amalfi Coast here, but when you look at what makes a place incredible to live in long term, Novi Sad is impossible to ignore. While most expats flock to Belgrade, Novi Sad is the ultimate insider secret. Sitting on the Danube River, it blends centuries-old European architecture with a booming cafe culture perfectly suited for modern remote workers. But the real draw is the financial leverage. Living costs are roughly 35% lower than in Belgrade. For under $1,700 a month, you aren't just getting by. You're renting in the prime city centre, eating out daily, and living a highly upgraded lifestyle. This reveals a fundamental truth about moving abroad. Your income doesn't need to get larger if your expenses drastically decrease. For retirees, this creates the perfect environment to maximize a fixed pension. If you want to stay active and supplement your retirement income, the local market is surprisingly receptive. Novi Sad's booming tech and startup sectors have driven up the demand for native English speakers, making it easy for retired expats to secure flexible part-time work in remote consulting, online tutoring, or conversational language coaching. That financial margin buys back your freedom for travel, hobbies, and total peace of mind. Pair that with an incredible Balkan food scene, like perfectly grilled cevapi or rich fish paprikash, and the picture is nearly perfect. While you will need to learn a few basic Serbian phrases and invest in a good coat for the brisk winters, the trade-off is exceptional. Novi Sad takes number one because it proves a vital point. The best European relocation doesn't have to look like a tourist postcard. It just has to give you the financial flexibility and everyday freedom to actually enjoy your life.